Good morning. Our lesson for today, Western classical art tradition. Let's define prehistoric art. What is prehistoric art? Art created before written history, before 3000 BCE, means of communication and ritual, found in caves, stones, and sculptures, often symbolic and spiritual in nature.
Paintings from the prehistoric era.
Their paintings were found inside the caves, which may have been their way of communicating with each other. It may also be for religious or ceremonial purposes. These paintings may be more an artifact of the archaeological evidence than a true picture of humans' first created art. Prehistoric drawings of animals were usually correct in proportion.
This is an example of paintings from the prehistoric era. Image from Treasures of the World, 1961 CCP Library. Cave of Lascaux, 15,000–10,000 BC Stone Age. Paintings from Ancient Egypt. The purpose of Egyptian paintings is to make the deceased afterlife place pleasant. With this in mind, themes include journey to the underworld, introducing the deceased to the gods of the underworld by their protective deities. It emphasizes the importance of life after death and the preservation of the knowledge of the past. Most paintings were highly stylized, symbolic, and shows profile view of an animal or a person. The main colors used were red, black, blue, gold and green, taken derived from mineral pigments that can withstand strong sunlight without fading.
This is the picture of paintings from sarcophagus of Tutankhamun 18 Dynasty, 1362 AD to 1253 BC. Images from Treasures of the World, 1961 CCP Library. The paintings of the walls on the tomb shows events of the life of the king while he was still on earth and the scenes he expects to encounter in the underworld after his death.
Paintings from Classical Greek era. Paintings during the Classical era were most commonly found in vases, panels and tomb. It depicts natural figures with dynamic compositions. Most of the subjects were battle scenes, mythological figures, and everyday scenes. It reveals a grasp of linear perspective and naturalist representation. Most common methods of Greek painting. 1. Fresco method of painting water-based pigments on a freshly applied plaster, usually on a wall surfaces. Colors are made with grind powder pigments in pure water, dry and set with a plaster to become a permanent part of the wall. Ideal for murals, durable and has a matte style. 2. Encaustic developed to use by Greek shipbuilders, who used the hot wax to fill the cracks of the ship. Soon pigments, colors, was added and used to paint a wax hull. Vase painting. Kerch style, also referred to as Kerch vases or red-figured pottery, named after the place where it was found. Shapes commonly found are 1. Pelike, wine container. 2. Laconus, a low bowl with two horizontal handles and a low broad foot. 3. Lebes gamikos, with high handles and lid, used to carry bridal bath. 4. Crater, bowl used for mixing wine and water. Most common motifs were mostly scenes from the life of women, often exaggeratedly idyllic, mythological beings that were popular among the people of the Black Sea, or a scene from mythical story or event. The picture shows Judgment of Paris, 370 to 330 BC. Image from Treasures of the World, 1961 CCP Library.
Panel painting. There are paintings on flat panels of wood. It can be either a small, single piece or several panels joined together. Most of the panel paintings no longer exist because of its organic composition. The earliest known panel painting is the
image was the Pizza panel, Archaic period between 540 and 530 BCE. Image from Treasures of the World, 1961 CCP Library.
Tomb, wall painting. Tomb or wall painting was very popular during the Classical period. It uses the method frescoes, either tempera, water base, or encaustic, wax. It has a sharp, flatly outlined style of painting, and because it uses water-based materials, very few samples survived. The image was painted using a true fresco technique with a limestone mortar. It depicts a symposium scene on the wall. In tomb paintings, artists rely on the shade and hues of paint to create depth and life-like feeling. Tomb of the Diver, Paestum 480 BCE. Image from Treasures of the World, 1961 CCP Library.
Paintings from the Romantic era. Most of the paintings in this era were copied or imitated from Hellenic Greek paintings. Fresco technique was used in brightly colored backgrounds, division of the wall into a multiple rectangular areas, tic-tac-toe design, multi-point perspective, and a trop-mi-el, oi effect. Roman paintings have a wide variety of subjects: animals, everyday life, still life, mythological subjects, portraits and landscapes. Mosaic. It is an art process where an image is created using an assemblage of small pieces of colored glass, stones, or other materials. This technique used for decorative art or interior decorations. The full image is a Roman floor mosaic in the House of Fun Pompeii, dated 100 BC. The whole mosaic depicts the battle between the armies of Alexander the Great and Darius III of Persia. Paintings from the medieval era. Byzantine painting. The lively styles of paintings which had been invented in Greek and Rome lived on in Byzantium, but this time for Christian subjects. By the 11th century, the Greek and Oriental styles seemed to blend together in magnificent, imposing images, which adorned the churches in large and small forms. Romanesque painting. These are largely placed mosaics on the walls of the churches that follows a strict frontal pose. It has a remarkable variety of artistic traditions such as modeling and treatment of faces and draperies that follow Byzantine convention, while the refreshingly decorative feeling comes from southern French styles. It also shows traces of Mozarabic influence, Arabized influence, through elongated oval faces, large staring eyes and long noses, figures against flat-colored bands and heavy outlining. This is the picture of Christ in Majesty, painting from the Church of Saint Clemente, Tujuel, Lerida, Spain, circa 1123. Museu Nacional d'Art de Catalunya, Barcelona. Paintings from the Gothic era. Paintings have been confined in the illumination of manuscript pages and the painting of frescoes on the walls of churches in cosmopolitan style, elegant, mannered and sophisticated.
Rose window from the north transept, about 1230. Image from Treasures of the World, 1961 CCP Library. Stained glass windows were created to transform the vast stone interiors with warm and glowing color and at the same time to instruct Christians in their faith. The Shepherd David, 13th century, Gothic manuscript illustration. Image from Treasures of the World, 1961 CCP Library. The paintings show some realistic details and shows naive naturalism.